Hi everyone, and welcome back to Sharon Cullenart. I think I need to get a new opening picture because there is snow on the ground of that sunset that I had at the beginning of the video. Anyway, today we are going to be doing another building vlog. There's been a lot going on. They're trying to grade our driveway and get it ready for gravel. And I noticed that we were getting some leaves on some trees and the dogwood are beginning to bloom. This was from a few days ago, so it's even better now. I'm happy that spring's finally coming here. But let's get on with the vlog, shall we? Today's building vlog will include us working on our cabinets and putting them up. I had an ordeal getting my cabinets. They were delivered at midnight. Well, the lake's looking pretty today. And then we just opened some today, and of course they're damaged, so now I've got to start over with the whole 6 to 8 week process getting a new one, and it's just a pain in the butt. But anyway, after I'm done with Home Depot, I'm never using them again, I'll tell you that for sure. But I'm on my way into the post office right now because UPS sometimes will deliver packages to your post office and then has your post office deliver them, and I didn't know that. I thought if it said UPS, it was UPS, but unfortunately I don't have a mailbox up yet, so I can't receive packages. So I'm trying to get over there before the post office closes. I hope they're open until noon on Saturday, but I'm not sure. So we'll just see how that goes. Well, I got all the way to the post office and was 4 minutes late for their closing time. I didn't realize they weren't open till noon up here. They're only open till 11. But you know, one of the very nice perks of a small town is that if they know you, they will let you in anyway. So she opened a special door and let me in. I was so happy. Instead of the main door, she let me in the side and gave me my package. So very cool. The people up here are just so pleasant, so nice. You can see that we're just starting to get leaves on our trees. The buds are just popping. I'll show you up ahead. It gets a lot greener. I think that's where we have some birch trees, and they seem to bloom a little bit earlier. So this work was being done on our driveway on Wednesday, and the next day we were having appliances delivered. Unfortunately, there was a lot of dirt piled up at the top of the driveway by the garage, and the Home Depot delivery guys were going to refuse to deliver my appliances. Luckily, I was able to convince them somewhat aggressively to deliver my appliances, and they did so, but it was a nightmare. And now I'm going to fast forward 3 days to where we start putting cabinets in. Okay, so now they're starting on the wet bar, and this is how far they've gotten on the kitchen. Got the doors up on the cabinets, and we still have to do this side, and we have the busted cabinet we need to replace over here, so we can't put the end cabinet in here. on this side, and then the dishwasher is going to go in here. So But this is, okay, so this is not fitting.
Last week I was filling all that. Let me get that pry bar.
So as we try and figure out how to get this bar to fit together because we don't have enough space all of a sudden, we also find out that the valance that'll be going between the two cabinets is all busted up in the box. One more thing that we have to send back and get redone. This has been just a pain in the butt. I don't know what we're gonna do. This is just a big dilemma. But these fit okay, thank goodness. And I hope these will fit okay over by the stove and fridge. Okay, well, here's how far we got done on the kitchen today. I got all of these up. There's going to be crown molding going around the ceiling, which is why those pieces of pine are there. That's to attach it to. And here are some of my base cabinets. I didn't even buy my handles yet. I think I'm going to go with something different than what I currently have at home in the city, because I always get my clothes caught on the edges. They're those round bars that go across, and they just have two little screws that go in. I'm always catching things on it, and I walk away, and then I'm tearing clothes. So to get into my garbage is going to be a little bit hard right now, because I got to do it like that. But I was able to get the garbage bins. I had to give up 2 drawers in order to get that garbage bin, but I'm happy with that. And we got our appliances, and I got all GE for the kitchen. They're all smart appliances, so they'll speak to each other, and they set each other's time and all sorts of stuff. The microwave will be going above the pot filler over here. Then I've got cabinets going across here, and I've got stuff on either side of the stove that'll be going in. Over here, we had a problem with one of our cabinets that came busted up. Somebody dropped it in the warehouse or something, or loading it. And so we can't put our end cabinet up. Down here is where our dishwasher is going to go, so that spot is open. Now over here, we have a major problem because somebody mismeasured. I don't know if it was me or my husband, but we mismeasured, and on our bar we have 105 inches worth of cabinetry that needs to go into a 104-inch hole. So, well, not 105, we've got a refrigerator there, but this piece here is our sink base that's going to be going in over here, and we'll have a bar sink there, and a hot point, which will be for like hot tea and cocoa and stuff like that. But this cabinet is going to get put in. I can't send them back. That's the problem. Once you've placed an order, if your measurements are off, they're like, oh, well, you're stuck with those cabinets and you just have to buy more. So we're going to make this fit. And they're going to go into this part of the drywall a little bit and cut a hole and fit the cabinet in. They'll have to pull the fridge out to do it. And I'm going to lose use of this left-hand door, which isn't too big a deal considering it's an under-the-sink cabinet. I'll still have use of this side, so I'll be able to access. I just won't be able to open this side. And then if we have to do any plumbing work or anything under there, then Pat would just have to unscrew that and take it off in order to do the work and then screw it back on. It's a bummer. It really bums me out. I needed a smaller cabinet and a filler piece. They do them in 3-inch increments. I'll be talking to you guys. They do the cabinets in 3-inch increments. So in order to put your cabinets in, this cabinet here that I was talking about would have to be 3 inches smaller, and then I'd have like a 2-inch filler there or whatever. And then it would fit, then it would fit the, I forgot I'm on camera. Then it would fit the hole. So I'm exhausted. I got 3.5 hours of sleep and I don't feel well, and it's just been a really long day, but I am happy with the way things are progressing. Also, I'll show you the glass that will be going in these doors. Here's one piece. I thought it was wrought iron, she said, but it isn't, and I'm fine with this. In fact, I'm happier with this. It looks like leaded glass. I'm just going to hold it up here, but then you can see how these will look on the cabinets. They'll all be like that. And then over here above the sink, where the busted cabinet was, those will also, I'm sorry you guys, I had to put that down. These will also have the little glass inserts, but they are only going to come halfway down, and then I'll have some over the sink lighting coming out from there. So that's the bar. This is the kitchen we got done. We moved all our makeshift kitchen into here for now. Here's my new washing machine. I've decided to excuse this mess. We were just throwing stuff everywhere in order to get the kitchen going. I've decided that I'm going to do a countertop all the way across here. Then we're going to have to get a filler piece to go into the cabinet that'll be on the end next to the dryer. Before, we had it set for a counter and then a drop down and then another counter at regular counter height. But it's only 22 inches of space, so I didn't want to do it. Everybody's saying, oh, you want to put your washer and dryer on a pedestal. I have them on a pedestal currently at home, and I like it, but the top of the washer and dryer are so high that I'm looking up to put things on it, you know. So having a counter and a place to fold and all of that will be very nice. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'll just deal with things being low. It's going to be hard on my back with ankylosing spondylitis, but I'll deal with it, and Pat can help me, and that'll be that. So there's our makeshift kitchen, sink, and counter that we were using. We have it here in our living room. We just got to drag it outside, and all of our food is in bins under there at the front door. So as of next week, we'll be starting to bring up some of our furniture from home. And that'll be nice, bringing up furniture and having some of our home stuff come up here. We have about 5 weeks to get moved out. I'm going to be spending this week up here because I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get our countertops measured. But I haven't made a full decision on that as to how I'm going to do it. So while Pat is dealing with putting appliances together and cussing out LP orifice connections for her gas hookup, I am busy pulling all the old cardboard over to burn today. So I'm just getting ready to do that right now. And I got a ton to burn. So I'll be at this for a while. You should see the pile of cabinet boxes I have on the other side of the garage. So got that lit. Just going to wait for this first load to burn down, and then I can go pick up another load and get it done. It's a nice cool day for this. In the 40s here today, so it'll be nice and easy. Luckily I have no leaves by my fire pit that are going to set my woods on fire. So, oh, that slid right over the edge. Okay, so this is the pile from the appliances and the cabinets so far. Some of it has already been burned, as you saw, so I got to keep loading this stuff onto my cart and putting it on the fire. But I have to separate all the plastic from the cardboard too, which is kind of a pain, but I'll get there. Okay, well, that was a big mistake because I hurt my back really bad. That's everything I unloaded. Loaded on this and unloaded over there, and some of it was burned already. But I have no go left, and my back is killing me. Big mistake. I was trying to help Pat out, but he did get our stove all hooked up, and he's working on the refrigerator now. So there's my oven hooked up. Okay, so Pat got the water line all finished and hooked up for our filtered water on our fridge and our ice. Our water is on the inside of the refrigerator rather than in the door. We've had them in the door before, and they just wear out over time, and then you end up needing to fix them, or they just look like hell. So we decided to skip it this time. And then on the stove, he got that all hooked up, but it seems like we've got a gas leak in the upper stove. So he's got to check that because it looks like there's just an electrical coil in the upper stove. This is a gas stove though. So we got to figure it out. In order to put the orifices in, he had to take the entire oven lining out in order to get to it, which is crazy, but they want to make it difficult so that you hire their installers, I guess. But anyway, then when he turned the water on for the fridge, I was like, there's no water coming out. That's really weird. So he goes downstairs to hit the shutoff and see if it was off and turn it on. And when he did that, he accidentally turned on the shutoff for this pot filler. And this thing is as large as a hose and was pouring water out. It was hitting the ceiling, flooding my cabinets, flooding the stove, the fridge, everything. And the first time I didn't know where it was coming from. I just heard water. I was in the other room, so I was yelling at him, shut it off, shut it off. And he did. But then the second time I was wiping up the stove where it was all water inside of there, and it came pouring out, and I was like grabbing it with my hand and screaming, shut it off, shut it off. It was kind of funny. But now looking back, it was funny. But we were exhausted and hurting and just done for the day. And I found out that I can return this cabinet and get a smaller one. So we'll be able to get one that fits. I just have to go out and measure the bar sink and make sure it's not a problem, which I'm sure it won't be because this is a pretty big sink base. So a bar sink is small. But then he also got the glass in on the cabinets above. So those looked really pretty, I thought. But then we were finished for the day. Pat had to go back to the city to work this morning, and I'll be heading back tomorrow for a little bit to get some packing done. And that's pretty much it. We did put some old countertop pieces on here so that we had a place to set things for now. We have to go outside and use our laundry sink in the garage or use our sink in the bathroom to do dishes again, but that's okay. You know, we've done it before, we'll get by. And yeah, so that's what we finished for the weekend. That's pretty much what's been going on for this weekend, so stay tuned for the next vlog. Talk to you all soon.